Tell me your reaction, first of all, to the charges this afternoon.
Well, again, I'm a bit surprised that she was charging with second degree, but she knows the evidence. I don't yet, so it's sort of tough for me to comment on what I haven't seen yet. We'll just have to wait until the process works itself through.
When you say you're surprised by that charge, why?
Well, because, again, she knows the evidence, but that type of crime sort of suggests that he did something truly unlawful, and I think the evidence so far suggested that there was at least question and controversy over what happened, but quite honestly, we really do need to wait to see what the evidence tells us.
Have you had much time to really look over the case at this point, or are you really that new to it at this juncture?
No, sir, I truly am that new to it. I've seen only what has been shown in the media. I have had no other contact with the case, so it's really difficult for me to speak at all authoritatively about the evidence, and wouldn't be proper anyway.
I assume you've had a chat with Mr. Zimmerman. Without getting into any of the attorney-client privilege, can you give us a sense of his mood?
Well, I think he's troubled by the fact that the state decided to charge him, but we're certainly going to prepare a defense, and I think that understanding what he has in front of him, he's doing okay.
Would you say at this point that the key issue here is a question of self-defense? Because certainly that's what we've been led to believe so far.
It seems that way to me from everything that I've seen from the media. Certainly that's going to be one facet of the defense, but I just have no idea yet.
What is the next step right now, Mr. O'Mara? When do you go to court, or what is the next thing that we should be looking for?
There will be a bond motion hopefully by tomorrow, when a judge will review at least some of the facts of the case and decide how and under what conditions to release Mr. Zimmerman.
And then what would you expect after that? I mean, it has to go one way or the other, but then you prepare for the next phase, which I assume is at some point him entering a plea.
Well, he'll enter a plea of not guilty like any criminal defendant would do at this stage of the proceedings, and then we go through a round of discovery, which is where we actually find out about the case, which gives us a lot more information than I have now.
Mm-hmm. And do you have any idea what kind of time schedule will be on for all of that? You obviously have a very steep learning curve at this point.
Absolutely, but I intend to get caught up to speed pretty quickly. The state is under an obligation to start getting into the discovery no less than after the next 15 days. I anticipate the prosecutor and I will be having conversations about getting that information to me as soon as possible, and we'll work through it.
Are you concerned at all about the degree of public attention this case has had, in particular in areas like Sanford where there have been marches in the street and rallies and people calling for justice?
Yes. Any high-profile case adds a lot of extra elements to it and a lot of extra problems to it. Whether or not the case can be tried in Seminole County is one. And the fact that it gets so much focus and so much attention, people tend to overanalyze and microanalyze it so that every decision is suggested to have significance when it may not. It's just part of a lengthy process that we're just now getting started.